Okay, this is great. But um, right here, I'm not happy with this because I'm not actually mimicking a user interaction. So we are finding this change event, but in the reality, this is not what's happening, right? So for that reason, I want to introduce another library that we want to use, and it is the user event, which is a companion library for testing library. And it's basically simulates user interaction by dispatching the event that would happen if the interaction took place in a browser. In other words, um, it's kind of like it will dispatch the event like they would happen if a user interacted with the document, which is what we are looking for. So in order to use this library, we should of course install it, but I've already done that. And for Alma web app, it's already installed the moment you are watching this video. But if you are curious how to install, of course, the documentation has all the instructions for you. So first of all, I need to import something called user event from testing library / user event. I'm just gonna copy paste the first part, then user slash or dash event. I have a typo here. Okay, nice. Okay, so and then from user event, I will call this setup method, and then this will create an instance of the user event for me. And basically, this is kind of like the user, and from user, the user can click or do things and interact with the browser. And for our case, we want to select options. All right, but I think I should explain what setup means here. If we go back to the documentation, there is this setup section, and here it explains what this setup will do for us. Um, at the beginning, the documentation explains that the browser or the user, in order to interact with the browser, there is like a UI layer the browser shows to the users. And the browser interrupts the input of the user and possibly alters the underlying DOM accordingly and dispatches trusted events. And this UI layer and the trusted events are not programmatically available for the test environment. Therefore, user event has to apply workarounds and mock the UI layer to simulate user interactions like they would happen in the browser. So the role of the user event setup API is applying these workarounds to the document and allows you or allows us to configure an instance of user event. And also it allows to write multiple consecutive interactions that behave just like the described interactions by a real user. Imagine that you want to test the behavior of the application when you click with the mouse while holding the shift key of the keyboard. That is possible with this library, which is very awesome. Okay, so in our case, we won't do that, of course. We have a very simple example, and we want to select options. And here, first of all, I need to pass down select as usual, which is the native select element, and then I want to provide the value of the option that I want to select. And here, it's actually allowing you to select multiple, and this API is meant to be used for either multiple select or single select. So it works even with our case. And here the value as usual is the pizza emoji. And if I comment out this line, so I just have the user select options. This should also make the test passes, and we should see the pizza in the selected section. No. Why is that? Because this API is an async function. It returns a promise. So be careful. We need to actually wait for this. And it should work. Very nice. Okay. So this is basically unit testing the case of the select, the native select. And I don't need the previous trials, so I'm removing them all. So I just have these two lines, and user or the user event library, making sure that I am selecting like a user would select in a real application or in a real browser, which is very cool.